Still working on putting yourself together.
I mean, if there was a good way of starting this stream,
Oh, hi!
this is
We are totally ready, Bloodgear. We are
This
totally
is
ready
open
for
The
this.
whole time, I guess. That's an option.
I mean, none of us know why any of this is right now.
All is well. All is well.
It's fine. It's fine. You saw nothing. You don't see anything. Hi, Internet. I'm Raetog, and this is my band of merry
Chaos.
chaos goblins.
Bitches.
Merry band of assholes.
Merry band of assholes. That's seems appropriate.
Solid.
Everyone has an asshole. Hi, here we are. We're gonna do.
Well, actually, everybody here has been married at least once, so I guess you're right. That's where you earn your asshole.
Oh, and you have to play the creepy music starting off?
Absolutely.
Oh shit! I probably opened Roll20 and things, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah, you
we're
might
fucking
need that.
prepared.
We are prepared.
Prepared. We don't have webcams
Yeah,
going
no.
on.
It's bad. It's all bad here.
And Kisogo will be joining us here in a bit, whenever he arrives. And that's all cool. We're clearly not together ourselves. So hi, welcome back to Raetog Chicago by Night. It's a cluster just like every other time. Yeah,
Of course, this time they could see a lot more of it.
a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to
Well-
a late start. Well, it was a completely on time start, and everything went wrong.
Everything.
Weirdly, not on my end this time, which is. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. So while we do, perfect. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Jesus Christ.
This is
Wow,
where
you know
we
what?
are.
I like it. It's solid.
This is where we're at, and I'm.
You know what? Here's
We
what
just
we're
have.
gonna do.
Can you put
We're
us in
just-
your lap and we can just pretend like we're cuddling? Is that like?
No.
We're on the bed now.
We're on the bed? Fantastic.
So this is the kind of stream we're running tonight.
Well,
Oh my god! It's like
wait,
a hot tub
wait.
stream only
hi.
hotter.
I didn't see
Right.
you there. Thank you, everyone,
Oh.
for joining us. We'll see you next time.
You're so right. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh no! You're gonna get us censored.
Those legs should
You
not
gotta
be.
charge extra for those feet, man.
Yeah, you gotta charge for those feet.
You gotta charge for that.
You gotta charge for the feet.
Oh.
So, you know what the
Clearly.
best part of this is? What happens when I ask you to make a roll? I just got Blair Witch.
Yeah, please, can you just run
What do you
back and
need?
forward?
What do you need?
Nothing right now.
I'm rousing.
This entire
Success is 0. Hunger
Matt,
is
you're just
5,
gonna be
2.
you're just gonna be a 2-hour long fucking TikTok here.
Oh my god.
Clearly.
I'm so sweaty. I can't even.
It's the rage, you know? It's just so hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome all to Raetog Chicago by Night, where the points are made up and the rules don't matter. Was that backwards on purpose? Yes.
Oh, God.
It's also made up. Rules are made up in Maggie's Prince.
Yeah.
Please,
Right?
please.
Well,
Let's
that
do that.
was easy. You guys got it. Bye.
Great.
I
Great, so
win.
what do you need me to roll there, Maggie?
Roll for.
I failed and. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Now you're hungrier. It's
Yep.
the sweats.
Wait, how many points did we get last time?
100.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm short 100 points. I'm just gonna add those in real quick.
Yeah.
I asked the real DM. I wasn't asking you to talk. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be confusing.
Do we get downtime XP still? Is that
Yeah.
still a thing?
You do?
Yes.
Did we have downtime last time? I feel
Yeah.
like I should have paid
Yeah.
attention.
I did.
Yeah, some of you did downtimes. Some of you got extra XP for it, and some of you are XP hounds who will never let an instant of power slip through their grasp.
What?
I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Me neither.
Yeah, I feel personally attacked
You
always.
shouldn't, because it's a compliment.
I'm gonna get this camera on here. That's what's gonna happen.
I believe.
Happen right now.
Um,
I mean, I'm sure you have some like zip ties or
I'm working
leather
with-
cuffs or some
A mob.
chain.
I mean, I have those things, but those won't help him.
It'll be fine. I'll just slowly assemble my dice to kill all of you. Whilst this happens, so, where were we? Oh yeah, we had a vampire game that we were supposed to be talking about / doing. Oh gosh. Okay. On that note, let's get going.
Ah.
So, what do y'all remember about the last time we played this game? It's
We
I
had
was
the
a
God.
party.
There was a party, and
There
my
was a party.
my favorite guy showed up.
I met a
which
really
one?
interesting Will
You did. You did meet a
at my
interesting
very
Will.
successful party.
It was a successful party. That's fair. Very much so.
Yeah, it seemed like it went real well, so
Seemed pretty good.
but yeah, some party crasher came by. Wanted to see Mommy Maggie, you know. It was weird.
It's true.
What else happened? Matt, there's some stranger in the bar because yes! There's a stranger in the bar because Matt had to go on a rescue mission in his dress. And
In my dress. I mean, you're not wrong, but
Yeah.
it sounds funny.
what else happened? I hope Roland got paid. I don't know. I'm not responsible for that part. Gotta talk to Valerie.
He got paid. Do you think Maggie is going to allow
It's- you know
anyone
what?
to walk
It's
away
perfect.
from this?
Just
don't hate
just
it.
occasionally pat us on the head now, Matt, and it'll be fine.
Twitch, you gotta pay extra.
You could be the evil villain, and we'll be your cat.
That wouldn't be that far off, really.
Meow.
Yeah, he likes to think of us all as his little pawns, so it works.
So,
Wait a minute. Can you hold this?
Yeah, I got you.
No, I'm talking to this guy.
do it. The D&D. That's not the word. You can get it centered on your face. That's actually pretty good. You have a halo of light behind you, but
But
Them's the
it makes
breaks,
you,
I
man.
you
mean,
know,
we can.
it's really the mood. It's the
it
awkward
disappears
sprinting.
into the.
The-
That doesn't look like.
Don't go
shit.
into the light.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
We're
you know
here.
what?
We made it. y'all.
Solid.
We made it. It's. We've been setting this up for 30 minutes before stream.
Yeah.
Here we
Oh
are.
my god.
Yeah, it's not like Matt wasn't trying, is the thing.
So.
Now you have another light halo. Stop moving shit.
Stop moving shit.
You were good.
It's
It's
called
always
well
good.
enough, and we have to leave it alone.
I'm done. I'm done now.
Find the middling.
Sure. So, where last we left off, and apparently we had a bunch of people checking it out, so awesome on everybody. Last year. It was last year,
It
technically.
feels like last year.
It was last year. It was New Year's Eve, and now it's past that. So, last vampire year. It was a blast. The party at Club Nova went off without a hitch. And between Mercy and Maggie's efforts, it was legitimately a party for the ages. It seems that everyone was pleased with it, except for Primogen and Annabelle, which is kind of a compliment in and of itself.
Bitch couldn't show up. Not that I would say that to her face.
So
Yeah. She'd rip your face off.
Roland knows she had her own New Year's Eve party, and by all accounts, might not have been that as big of a hit.
Maybe she should have employed Roland.
Maybe.
That'd be fun.
Unfortunately for the kindred of Chicago, That was the last bright point of the week so far.
Of course it was.
It's been about 4 or 5 days since then. Like clockwork, not long after the parties of that evening, Chicago's crime rate increased right back up to normal in the new year, dashing the hopes of a lot of people. For the mortals, it looked like any other day in Chicago, one of the largest cities in the country. But for the supernatural, they know their own.
Oh, you're a bit
More-
quiet, Tug.
Hmm?
You're
I'm
a little bit quiet.
Let's
Yeah.
crank that up a little bit. There we
Yeah,
go.
I just turned up my headset because I thought it was me, but bloody green stuff.
Okay, I'll turn it up for the stream too. So more attacks, more vicious have happened. Always at night, and it seems that block by block, that kind of conflict is increasing. The previous night, where our kindred are rising, a gas station on the edge of the city literally exploded. The tanks beneath a building, keeping the fires burning from night until high noon. And tonight, we're gonna jump a little bit forward in time. Get us kind of in the middle of this. Get things going a little bit. Maggie, the very
What?
beginning of this evening, send in bullshit, has been summoned, at least partially. Kevin Jackson, the Prince of Chicago, has summoned Maggie and her ilk to meet with him immediately. No small talk, no anything. Get here now is the summons. Although
Okay.
the address given isn't the usual. It isn't the infamous historical library of Chicago. It's at a new location, both a little more secure and a little more mobile. So tonight, the coterie finds itself meeting with Prince Kevin Jackson on what is known as the Spirit of Chicago.
Can I? Does that count as my rouse check for one? And number two, can I
Yes.
feed Can I feed before I go? Then.
Tonight, I'm actually going to say no.
Oh, you bitch!
Just for tonight, I'm going to say no because it's they're trying to get you moving. It's a cool
All right.
Have to make a rouse check.
all vampires do when they wake up for the evening. Rouse check.
Fuck.
Yeah, we all.
Bad. Mercy good. Oh no, Mercy bad.
Mhm.
Everyone
Other way.
Bad.
Yeah,
Everyone
Yeah.
bad.
no, it's just just bad across the board.
Yeah.
You had 0 hunger, Mercy, or
Yeah.
Roland?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
No, you should
No, what?
not have.
Okay.
You should not have. The only way a vampire can get to 0 hunger is to kill someone.
You gotta
Oh.
kill a bitch
Okay. Well then, no.
or a
So-
bastard. I'm
so,
not indiscriminate.
Make it go from 1 to 2.
Already did.
Yep. Okay. That's cool. The Spirit of Chicago is not as full of people in this particular image. It's basically very empty. But it is out in the harbor, away from most people. It's kind of odd. Most kindred are attached to cities, in the buildings, in the ecosystem thereof, very, very intently. And going outside the limits of the city over water, something that simple, is kind of weird for vampires. So you guys have been gathered quickly to come to this ship. Wasn't docked when you got here. You had to take a little boat out to go to it. And you find Kevin Jackson's ghoul guards mostly filling the the place up. However, you do see on the boat, basically the cabin, a wide table laid out with papers and very clearly like a map of Chicago on it, flanked by Damien, the sheriff, and Juanica, the Nosferatu, one of the hounds. That glances up. In what state did everyone get here tonight?
Chicago, Illinois.
Illinois.
But I can't play any of my cool sound effects. I'm sad.
I figured I'd come in through Gary.
That would be a bad idea.
I would have arrived via being driven in an SUV, and I assume anybody that would have met at Nova would be the same, arriving with me. So probably Mercy.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least.
I was more
I don't
going
know.
with, like, what state of being have you arrived in? Clothes? Are they disheveled? How
Solid.
quickly did you get
Oh.
there?
I'm never disheveled.
No, I button up shirt, looking casual, business casual.
I'm wearing, like some $3,000 pants and shirts. I've got my red jacket. The usual. My street wear, not like formal fancy.
Fair.
Mercy is wearing a corset, but it's mesh, and there's just embroidery over, the things that must be covered for public. And she's just got a little like blazer over top and some black slacks.
Fair. What's rolling with?
Business casual.
Business casual. And am I to assume that 6 is doing the usual?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one note and not necessarily a bad thing. So you guys are dealing with a very displeased looking Prince of Chicago.
That's just what I want to see.
Yeah,
I feel like that's at the same angle as we're currently looking at Matt.
a little bit.
No,
Little bit.
you gotta look,
I'm
you gotta look
practicing.
silkier. You gotta look silkier.
Every prince needs to pose for their portrait.
Did you want to have a
We
serious
call
game?
that foreshadowing. But Jackson just kind of looks up and eyes all of you. He does not seem in any way, shape, or form amused. And for a little bit of bookkeeping, since Kisoko will be joining us later, I'm going in with the assumption, correct me if I'm wrong, Maggie, that you would have contacted him to keep him updated of what is going on.
We would have contacted him, but we would have not have waited for him.
That's fair, and that seems about where we should be going with this. So. Jackson, takes a minute in regard, looking up from this map that has, it looks like it's got Sharpies littered all around it, a few sticky notes on it. Looks up. He's definitely got that very fucking creepy set of red eyes going on still. Immediately, gaze passes by everyone and drops straight on Magdalena.
Prince Jackson.
Things are going well, I assume.
Well, as good as they could be expected to be going right now. We're all still a bit in the dark on the next moves.
That's exactly why I'm calling you here. Before now, a while back, your stalker friend that you dutifully reported to us earlier has been a bit of a lone figure. And as always, if you find any actionable intel on him, we will see if we can provide resources to dispose of the problem, as this seems to bode ill for all of Chicago. That said, it seems we've reached a point where this is no longer an isolated incident, and it is no longer your personal problem.
Go on.
I'm starting to get reports, several places, but specifically for you tonight, in the South Lawndale area. Random killings, brutal. Words written on the walls in blood. Seems less lupines and more like the rumors of Sabbat are not so much rumors anymore. You are not the first coterie that I have met with this evening, and you are not going to be the last. We have several sites that we need investigating tonight. South Lawndale is yours. See if it's rumors or not. Get out there, find what you can. Stop it if you can.
So am I to understand that we have your full authority to address any issue that we find in any way that we deem fit?
Jackson takes a minute, and he seems to be weighing his words, as if to appropriate the proper gravity of the situation. The answer of your question is not only yes. If these rumors of your particular Sabbat problem aren't going to be staying rumors anymore, then we are going to be moving directly into a state of war. Consider yourself conscripted.
So in the event of a war, of which I've been a part of a few, I'm to understand that I have the authority to act as I see fit in dealing with the issues. With some discretion, I'm assuming.
You've proven yourself enough. You know what discretion is. And if you find Sabbat, they are to be
Sabbat?
destroyed. I'm past the games.
Okay.
I'm past the games. This is... Nobody gets to come into my city and just cause chaos wholesale. This isn't just about me. This is about this city and all the kindred in it.
I couldn't agree more.
Sorry.
I'm a mess tonight. Mercy will approach Maggie and touch her arm, almost asking for permission to speak to her directly. But she'll make sure that Maggie's okay with that.
Maggie will kind of look down at you with just a moment of just a minute, with just a look of like, just give me one more thing, and then she'll look back up and give Prince Jackson her full attention and go, one request, if I may, as I have, as you've put it, proven myself. If my coterie is not the ones who find this particular problem, we of course will deal with any issues we find. But I would love to be the one to deal with it. And I would be forever in your debt, should you deliver that to me.
I see what you're asking.
It's old blood. It's bad blood.
Believe me, I understand that. Point being, while I'm not saying no, I think that you might not understand quite the gravity of what is going on right now. Before we get into it, what can you tell me of this old blood? Everything that you can think of. What is it we're dealing with?
The creature that is most likely leading the hordes of Sabbat into Chicago is not just a mere ghost from my past. He is in fact the one who gave me death. The one who led me to this eternal night, and the one that has haunted and tormented me, and is the reason for everything that I love being taken from me.
To clarify, you're not implying that this is your sire, are you?
Not in the slightest. My sire managed to scare him off back when he killed me. But before that, he murdered systematically all of my friends by removing their reproductive organs and splattering them all across the cobblestones where I used to walk. And every one of the women who I learned from and that took me in when I was at my worst was murdered and killed. And it was only a matter of time before I knew it would be me. And then when the night finally came, I realized that there was a point beyond the bottom of the well of despair. And now I'm here, thinking that he was gone, and he is not.
Well, whatever he might be, it seems that he has acquired some help. And Jackson, unusually, actually kind of brings Maggie over around the sheriff so she can see the desk that is currently in front of him. Let's see if I did this right. I did do this right. And gestures. Okay. Our city. Yes?
Yes.
As far as I can tell, and from reports, and where I'm sending coteries tonight, the problems seem to be spurring up in these particular locations marked in red. I have a pair of questions for you, he says. And this is the first time you think you've seen Kevin Jackson a little bit shaken. Like, you're close to him. Closer than you probably physically have ever been to him, because there's always been this intimidating facade that he's been putting on. But he looks at Maggie for a second. Less like a king to a servant and more like a colleague for just now. 2 questions for you. 1, does the number 7 here, as he points at the 7 dots, mean anything to you?
Well, if memory serves, he's the... Refresh my memory, because I don't believe I have the picture. Maybe I do.
You might.
Wait.
You should.
I might. Yes, he is known as the Ductus of the 7 Fires, and therefore the 7 is likely to mean him. Some antiquated form of title that he carries with him.
I'm a little more concerned that he might have 6 friends.
Most likely. And they're probably all as enjoyable as he is.
Second question. Does the arrangement of these fucking dots on a map of my city remind you of anything?
Well, I believe if you overlay it with the clan symbol, it might represent something.
He takes out a Sharpie and starts sketching. I'm not happy about this. At all.
No, I wouldn't be either. Let me just... This is unusual for me, Prince Jackson, but allow me to provide, perhaps, a modicum of comfort for you. When this creature took everything from me, I was young, I was weak. I'm not anymore. And I don't believe that he would underestimate me on purpose, but I don't think that he realizes the hive of hornets that he's kicking with every intrusion into my life.
I certainly hope not.
Well, you know, or at least perhaps you've heard of things that I've done in recent nights. I can assure you that the hell that I will rain down on this creature will be far greater than any flame-coated lupine head.
There's a small number of kindred besides you and I who have killed lupines in this city. And I'm happy to hear that. So, how do you feel about raining hell down on South Lawndale?
Well, I believe when it comes to kindred affairs, I'm about to go slash and burn.
We don't need evidence. We don't need bodies. If you can get information, great. Get them dead. And he leans back as if to dismiss you, but without saying it.
Maggie will, before she goes, without looking at him directly, she will just whisper, maybe inaudibly, to the rest of the coterie. If I don't come back, I have a dossier prepared for you to take all of my holdings, and I want you to use every bit of resource that I've gathered in my time here to erase him from history. And then she'll walk off.
Jackson basically just watches her go and goes back to his planning, seeming to assume that the coterie will follow behind Maggie.
Once we're out of earshot, I will turn to Mercy and ask, yes, dear, I'm sorry, what were you wanting to discuss?
It seems to me, although I am new to the ways of the prince, that he's implying both the wolves and the explosions of late are to our credit, or to the credit of this visitor we had at the party. Is that correct?
It is likely correlated, yes.
So then what are we going to do about this?
Well, you see, one of the tenets that I've tried to instill in you is that we don't often harm our kind. Yes? When it comes to these kind of our kind, well, Mercy, you know how I'm always threatening to tear your head off if you annoy me? In a playful, cute sort of way?
Of course, adorable every time.
Yes. I don't know that you've ever seen me really go all out, but I'm going to fight and destroy these things until every bone is broken and every drop of blood has turned to dust. I'm going to become the one they fear the most.
I look forward to seeing this. Does this mean we are stopping by the warehouse?
This means very much that we'll be stopping by the warehouse.
Oh, good. I have a few surprises for you there.
So please, dear, I would love to see what you've been working on. Though I believe time is of the essence. If someone could relay the information to Mr. I've totally blanked on his
Kessler.
name. Yes, Kessler. Yes, of course. The loose cannon. He should prove slightly useful in this regard. And provide him with the address of where we'll be meeting in Lawndale.
So, fun fact with that. Alright, Kiso, buddy, if you're still watching, go ahead and jump in. I gotta play with the format. This is where we'll bring you in.
Move shit around. So Tog,
Yeah.
about those downtime things I have been doing, we're gonna have to talk about those real fast here soon.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember, see, in my
Here we
lovely
go.
downtime, all these fun things I've been doing? Crafting and creating at the warehouse?
Yep.
With a
What's
blank
up,
check?
bitches?
Oh,
What's
you look
up,
so
bitches?
good!
And so,
Hey.
Let me adjust
Oh, no.
all this
Good
stuff
to see
around.
you.
You're so sexy.
oh, look at him! Oh my god!
Listen, the little blonde peeking out of your hoodie is like so K-pop of you.
Hold on, the cover guy.
Oh yes, beautiful. I love it. Did you just
Fantastic.
angry anime classes right?
Of course.
I love it.
Why wouldn't
I
you?
love it here.
And then your name.
Right there is where it shines, right?
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Love it.
There is your name banner. Welcome back, Mr. Kiso.
Mr.
What up?
Faye.
So,
I'm so tired.
Aw.
so are we all. Hooray for
I love
energy.
You know what'll help? Alcohol.
Mm.
So will Matt. Just as an aside.
Do you mean the do you mean the item
Math?
that you
Math.
created for your Dungeons and Dragons
Guys, he
game?
said math.
Yeah. That's
Pit
magic
Viper
meth.
whiskey.
That's special.
Oh, you have magic meth too?
He
Jesus.
does.
I
His-
may
his game
have
is
created
interesting.
meth in 5th edition, yes.
His
Yes.
game
Of
is
course
an
you did.
interesting game to exist in.
Hey.
I love it.
And now
Hey.
it's mostly there to hurt me, which is fair because I'm doing this in Vampire.
Fantastic.
You
I did
picked it.
I did it to
Hey.
myself.
Hey, storyteller.
Yeah.
On the travels to the warehouse and everywhere else, I'm gonna see what I can pull up on my cameras of the area where we're going.
Pull up on the cameras in the area of where you're going. Fantastic. So it's time to do a couple of rolls. First off, for Roland to do that, we're going to do the good old that'll be technology, and you're looking at things. You're not necessarily like doing an intelligence-based thing, so I'm just going to say technology with wits because that's defined. Interpret what you're seeing. Mr. Kessler, for your fun request that you are asking for in the Discords,
Yep.
your role is going to have to be going through the methods you would use to try and find it. You can either use investigation, streetwise, or persuasion.
Okay.
And
Difficulty?
always just do one.
Oh shit!
And
Shit! I didn't
and
mean
we'll
to
just get
just.
what we get. That's fine.
I did
um,
two.
So for James, it'll either be investigation, streetwise, or persuasion with the attribute of. Let's go. I'll just make it charisma for you.
Jesus.
Make it hard. Let's
I
say
did get
charisma
one
or
success.
manipulation, whichever you think is better.
I did get one success. So
Dice rolled. Success is 1 of 2.
Well, I put it 2. You said it 1, but
That's cool.
all right. How did I only roll 1 success? God damn it!
That's a lot of rolls.
Oh, oops.
And when it asks you what the difficulty is, just set it as 1. So that's a 1 for you. So
Okay.
while you're driving, Roland, and while you're making your roll, you find more or less the address.
Do I
area?
get extra dice if I
Negative.
use any one of my disciplines?
Yeah, I would say add whatever. So if you're adding a discipline that you can use for it, add a number of dice equal to however many dots you have in that discipline that you're using.
Gotcha. Okay, so I could use compel or mesmerize, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so just add the dots of the discipline itself.
Yes, that would be dominate. So yeah, however many dots you have in dominate.
Difficulty.
Just set it as 1. That way, if you have 1 success, it'll count it as a success. Woo! You got 1 out of 9. Ooh.
Cool.
Wow, that is trash.
Wow. Right?
Absolute garbage.
So, here's how this goes. You guys are driving. Roland, you are looking, and you find more or less the security cameras that you've been setting up in your new system. You kind of been getting into a little bit of the CPD's systems a little bit, because you can only set up so many things real close to Nova and keep that super secure. So you're starting to get into things that are like a little out of your comfort zone. You're pretty far out in the net. So you can more or less find the area that, because that's a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
And just doing a quick sweep, you do manage to isolate a little bit of scanner traffic and reports of what might be a fire at a general area. It's not a full address, but it's like a 3-block radius.
Cool. That's fun.
As the camera snap zooms to James Kessler briefly, you're out looking for your shit. You heard there'd be trouble, and you're looking for stuff. And you have found some people who probably would know where those items would be, at least as far as your reckoning. But every person that you find, and you do use the compel ability on them, does not have any knowledge of where to acquire that exact thing. So you're working on it, you seem to be starting to strike out, or at that point, the phone rings. Your little phone, like little flip phone, I suppose they gave you in your pocket, that it is from, who would be calling James to let him know? Would it be Mercy? Anybody?
Oh, God, wait.
It'd probably be 6.
It'd probably be 6. All right, well, you get a phone call from the coterie.
Okay.
Did you answer?
Yeah.
Prince has some work for us. Seems we have a war to win. When did the...
I stifle a giggle.
Yeah.
It's like a nervous giggle.
6, tell him that where we're going, he can use all of his abilities to their full potential.
6 literally held the phone up to Maggie.
So you heard that.
Mr. Kessler, we need you to do what you like to do. Can we count on you to be there?
I grunt.
I'll take that as... Actually, that's probably the best assurance of a yes that I've ever gotten from him.
Actually, yeah, that is probably the best, most positive answer. Where?
I relay.
Six or Roland will text you the details of the address. Somewhere in Lawndale.
Okay.
You don't
hear
want
a
to
couple
take him
beeping?
to the crazy fucking warehouse full of stuff?
I don't trust him in my warehouse full of stuff.
You hear some beeping, like keys are being pressed on the phone because apparently I don't know how to hang up, and then finally you just hear it click. I break my phone because I don't know how to hang up.
I relate to that very well.
That's why Six has the phone and you don't.
Yes, that's very true. Yes.
Cool. Right, so where is the coterie heading first? Are you heading to the warehouse for Happy Fun Time?
We're going to the armory for fun.
Yeah, what kind of progress has Mercy made on her metalworking, bullet making endeavors that she's been working on in her downtime?
So that kind of progress
To unwind at night.
a slow process, but I would say you probably have a good.
Well, because she had a specialty in jewelry making, right? So, like, moving into metal crafting, she's already pulling metals, and this is silver.
No. But it is similar, in fact. So it's not like a specialty that she could use. So your progress isn't like accelerated. I would say if she's just putting that stuff together in basically her spare time, you probably have a good solid like 3 full pistol clips full if she's just doing it herself like in her spare time between all of the other duties that are given to her.
She is pouring silver, but the hand packing is done by somebody she has hired. So as long as there are bullets, they are being stuffed into.
They are, and you have them. So you have about 3 clips of silver-oriented bullets. Where the fuck did I put old Freddy's warehouse at?
This isn't Freddy's warehouse. This is my warehouse.
I know, but we were using the
Oh,
picture.
you need his picture? Right.
We were just
That's
using
fair
the picture
point.
for that.
You could have the most important person on the screen.
That's fair. I mean, I could just put up a picture of like a dumpster fire or something.
Oh, I have pictures of that.
Yeah, I have emotes for that from subscribing to some awesome person whose name I shall not reveal. There it is. Where are we? We're here. So this one. Yeah. The warehouse is a warehouse. What do you load up on while you're here? Let's just go through that quickly. Oh, hey! We got a tiny raid. Thank you.
Hello, Raid.
Hello,
Hi.
it's the goblin again.
I love
Hello,
goblins.
friend.
Goblin!
Love
Good to
goblins.
see you.
Goblins are super welcome here.
Yes.
So much.
Well,
Anything
Maggie's
green
gonna
related.
grab a couple of her favorite little party favors.
Incendiary grenades.
Aha!
And I believe Maggie also has one of Mercy's things. And
There would be a
That-
few others laying about. Should anybody want the fancy hand
that is
weapon?
what.
What
We are
fancy-
well past the point of secrecy. Say outright the
Oh,
things
sorry,
that you are
it's-
taking.
I don't know what. It's just like
Oh.
silver knuckles.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally silver knucks.
Yeah. You can wear them as earrings or a hairpiece. But yeah, they're just various silver pointed spikes with steel cores.
To be clear, just so that I'm aware and that everybody's aware, Maggie has informed people that the silver thing works on werewolves, not vampires.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take a silver spike, but
I mean, it can't help.
you can't hurt.
It can't
There
hurt.
are also like reinforced wooden stakes as well. I mean, there's lots of random stuff here at this warehouse. It's more for you guys because I'm always packing.
Yeah.
So
Maggie
if you
always-
want,
Number 1, number 2.
if you wanted to sport some of the fancy laying around things that Mercy made, you could like find a sun pendant that's like a brass knuckle but silver.
Ooh, that's a whole thing.
with like sun rays and like silver wood.
That's pretty
Soldered
cool.
on there. So Mercy will have one of those that she'll grab one for her hair to pin her hair up out of the way with a sun and moon one, and then she'll have the one she was already wearing. So she'll have 3 like concealed weapons. She'll take those 3 pistol clips of silver bullets and a couple of wooden stakes, which she will secure to her waist, since it's actually pretty easy to get to tonight.
Yeah.
And having been yelled at a couple of times, she'll have a holster for her pistol this time.
Additionally, just for record keeping, Maggie always has the sword, so it's part of the jacket at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I trust Mercy with fire, so I'm gonna just skip that.
You can trust 6 with fire, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Without a
There's
doubt.
lots of ammo in here for you, 6.
Oh, I'm aware.
It's
So,
basically 6's toy shop.
fun fact: is 6 bringing that shotgun?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's a dumb question,
Did the bear
but
shit
I
in the
have
woods?
to know. I am
Yes.
required to know.
You
Okay.
are, yes.
So, you load up for bear. Well, I should say Roland is watching everyone else load up for bear. What is Roland doing?
He
It
went
is.
and grabbed. He went and grabbed a silver spike and a reinforced wooden stake, and that's about. He already has a gun. I don't. Silver bullets would be wasted on him. He believes.
Yeah. Let's say your
Just 'cause-
pacifist is in the
Who
D&D
is-
game, not the vampire game.
Yes.
Who is
So-
taking the silver bullets, by the way?
Mercy picked them up, but if anybody is looking for them, she will. There's 3 clips. She will share. She does not need 3 clips of bullets.
I'll take a clip.
So I assume. Okay, let me just clarify this. Mercy has been making bullets. I assume
Yes.
they are bullets for her gun, which I assume is a pistol, right?
It is. I
Okay.
believe I have 2.
So it's going to be basically a 9mm, 3 9mm
Mhm.
clips.
Okay.
So
I feel like she would have been making other ones, but they may not be, fully prepared.
okay.
let's go with you started with yourself first, and then from there we can branch out. So
Especially seeing as this is a task out of fear, I would say you're accurately depicting the situation.
very fair. Okay then, let's move from the warehouse. How does James Kessler get places when he's not being chauffeured by armored SUVs by Magdalena Masters?
Bus or bicycle?
Oh, please ride a bike.
There's a little bell on it.
Just real fast, Just like.
It's to warn pedestrians that I'm
Use
So.
celerity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to use some fun little DM bullshit where I say that the coterie and James Kessler will roughly arrive at the locations at pretty close to the same time, because James Kessler would have been closer.
Hello, I'm
I
a
said-
suburban white girl. Would wooden bullets be a thing that are actually possible?
No.
No.
Okay, thanks. I was just optimistic.
She's
I have
a what's the word?
It's not just my character who's a naive white girl. It's me too. It's called self-inception. Nothing on my
Roland will give the address to whoever's driving and send the same message to James Kessler about where the fires are located at.
I would be driving if we're taking the car.
Yeah,
Chicago
six
is
drive.
driven
Onward.
through. The city is a mood tonight, to put things into about any real perspective. Mood, it's tense. I've mentioned before that Chicago felt like things were getting rougher, and on your trip there, you can kind of feel it instead of just hear about it on the news. James, as you're pedaling past people, they get out of your way quickly. Most of them have hoods like you and are just like face down and like walking and just making sure that nobody looks at them. They're not looking at anybody. They're just getting from point A to point B quickly. As a band of predators, you can tell when the herd is spooked, almost instinctually. It's just literally an animal thing. And the mortals don't know something is up, but something in the back of their brain from primordial times knows that something is off, something is bad, and that all of the prey animals should scurry into their burrows. James, you technically get there just a little bit earlier than them. Moments. You pull into what looks like a building, the parking lot of a building that James isn't really familiar with, but Kisogo is probably very familiar with the site for reasons.
Yes. Yes, I'm deeply, intimately knowledgeable about that site.
He's been in my house before.
It's a parking lot of what looks like it's some kind of industrial building. It's not quite a warehouse, but it looks like one of those buildings that could have been about the size of an apartment building, but it's been retrofitted into some manufacturing something or other. It has a wide, mostly clean concrete parking lot. Several dumpsters are lit on fire. You can see the lights of the SUV of the rest of the coterie pulling up right behind you. And on the side of the building, out one of the windows... Ooh. Good. Out one of the windows, a slow dripping line of red is just running from like the second story window out over the front of the building. That's what you see when you walk up.
The blood is dripping out of one of the windows?
Down the front of the building, down the wall. Already just this much. You're not quite to Masquerade Breach territory, but you're not terribly far off yet.
Quick question. Once Six gets out of the car, is there any way to tell what exactly is burning inside those dumpsters?
You'd have to basically get up and look into it. It is the type of smoke that is there. It's definitely something that isn't like, it's not a chemical fire. You can tell that immediately. It's not like somebody did science and made a fire. Something is literally lit on fire.
I'm not smelling like cooked meat.
Wits and awareness. We'll find out. What's everyone else doing?
How many dumpsters are afire?
2 here are depicted, but there's probably closer to a very, very loose circle, about as spread out as the ones that you see here. About 5, kind of making like a semicircle in front of the building that has stuff leaking in front of it.
I'm keeping an eye out on windows and stuff, and seeing if anybody's keeping an eye out what's happening outside in the building.
Would I be able to use heightened senses for this one?
You would, yeah.
Okay. So you said wits and awareness?
Mm-hmm.
Roland, do you have any perspective of this area? Is there anything on the roofs?
3.
Not just, obviously, the bleeding building, but the others here also.
So, at least with 6. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's meat. You stick your head in, and there's at least 3 things that look like blackened skulls.
They've been burning a bit. Okay.
I activated an ability, a discipline, toughness. I'm also going to do another one.
All right.
Okay. I'm also activating Defy Bane.
Good.
Oh.
Good to know. All right.
So like, when I get there, I stash my bike, and when they arrive, I just kind of nod at everybody, and I kind of subconsciously, like, find myself like this around Mercy,
Yep. By the
closer
way,
to Mercy, sorry, than everybody.
to
I was concerned.
to everyone
We
else,
invited you.
James Kessler's fucking loaded for bear.
Yeah.
With the little
Good.
list that you have given me, most of it can't be completely concealed. So at least some
I'm not
Wep-
concealing anything.
weapons and armory are all over this guy. So what's
Well-
everybody doing?
Let's go, shall we? And Maggie's going to walk up to the front door and kick it in.
Oh, so was that a no on the visuals of the roofs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there
You're
any?
welcome to be stealthy. That's not my thing.
So okay, give
Uh,
me that's gonna be strength and brawl for this bit. This ought to be neat.
So is there anybody looking out windows and stuff? Just curious.
As of now, you do not see any.
Okay.
What's your difficulty?
Give me wits and awareness. So let's find out.
Always.
Just give me a difficulty of 1 to start with, and we're gonna see how this goes.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Messy crit.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not in a good mood tonight. I'm very
So-
angry at the situation.
Here's how this goes. 1 success.
Nope.
1.
What was the wits and awareness for?
See if there's anybody
See if there's
looking
anyone
out
in the
windows.
There is
Okay.
a moment that, right about as Maggie's going to kick in the door, few things happen simultaneously.
Fantastic.
Firstly, Maggie struts up to the door to kick this motherfucking thing in because she is pissed and not having it this day. At the same time, Roland looks up and sees there's a couple windows in the front. I want to say 3 on the front for each floor. So there's like 9. On the second floor, you see unmistakably behind one of the curtains move pretty quick, like someone just moved from behind it. And a couple of things happen in the first place. On Maggie's way in, she punts the door in, right? There isn't even a question of whether or not this door is fucking gone, because A, it's Maggie, and that is a messy critical. So the door is destroyed and flies into the dark of a building that doesn't seem lit. Clatters for a second, and then there is another thing that instantly seems to be flying towards Maggie. Before anything happens, I want Maggie to give me a quick wits and awareness, because she's primed for a fight and she would have time to do this.
Okay, it's never good, but
Never good. You got 1. Technically, you got a 1. So that's fair enough. So, when you see this thing flying at you, you would initially think that something would be like attacking you, like something had lunged out of the dark at you, but you don't see something's front coming at you like claws and fangs or anything. You see something's back some things human-shaped. Like, you get a vague idea of like a ripped T-shirt, but the back of one coming straight at you, like it is being thrown out of the building at the same time you are trying to make entry. So we're gonna do a real quick roll here. Do you want to dodge it? Do you want to take it? What do you want to do with it?
I'll take it.
Okay. So here's basically what happens. You're not going to take any damage from this because you have a silly amount of fortitude, but everybody else sees Maggie kick in the door and be pushed probably like 3 steps back off of it because another being has been launched out. Looks real fucked up. I shouldn't say real fucked up in the face, but has definitely taken a few hits in the face. And deeply unfortunately, for one of us, it is a recognizable figure. So, how do I do this?
This thing leaps out and hits Maggie.
Less leaps, more is thrown.
Thrown at Maggie.
It's thrown.
Yeah. She got a body yeeted at her.
I'm suspicious.
You should.
I immediately push Mercy behind me.
Someone's
fair.
trying
Away
to,
from the-
trying to hit a
away from that
motherfucker
throw.
with another motherfucker.
Someone is trying to hit another motherfucker with a motherfucker, and I'm trying to get shit to work here.
Not allowed.
Nope.
Not
Didn't you remember the
working.
camera situation? There's-
Not today.
There is no function.
There we are.
You fuck.
Oh,
You.
well.
Look at
who
this.
it fucking is.
Shit.
Unfortunately for one of you, it's a familiar fuck you.
Motherfucker's got 1 day off.
Uh-huh.
I gotta.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
This
What's up, nerd?
motherfucker.
This
Hi,
motherfucker.
Oh my god, what is your face?
I was right.
Maggie, thank you for the catch.
You're welcome. Yeah, happy to help. Now the question is, do I twist your head off, or do I let whatever was already beginning to twist your head off do it?
No, you
That's
pass
a
him.
great question.
Oh man.
I
This is
have a
gonna be
very fancy piece of jewelry I've made just for you, Reese.
I gotta figure out how
Good,
this functions properly.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm. You have 1 day off like a frickin' year.
Yeah, he does.
He
That's
uses,
what
It's
makes
gone and
funny.
everything. Dude,
And
like,
use-
who are you?
he uses it to torment Mercy. Yep.
You're damn right.
Gotta have
Need
it.
2 more
That's what you
squares and
have
we'll be the Brady Bunch.
Right?
to- the breed.
Hey, Punk, your beard has receded into your chin. What
It has. It has. You know, sometimes when you grow older, the beard just goes inside instead of coming out. You know.
Yeah, that's what I have problems with.
I don't know. I don't think Kasoga's ever been able to grow a beard, so I don't think this. You
Oh,
understand?
you don't have. Yeah,
I
you
just-
don't.
I don't know what that's like. I don't know.
Hey, so fun fact, I have like my white trash genes that I have from my family. I can't grow hair in this one spot. And it's fun.
I got it right here and like right in here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I know that.
Capture. This is all.
yeah. That's what inbreeding will do to a family line.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I love and hate you fuckers. Fantastic. All right, so reorganizing all of this nonsense. So our good friend
I'm
Reese
Seamus.
has
Our who?
joined.
Our who? I think you misspoke.
Uh-huh.
Good friend?
Our
friend.
affront to nature, Reese. Yes, tell me more.
Mm.
As I move my entire overlay around to accommodate this shit. It's all good. It's all good. Hi. As I
Hi.
All right, hi, Punk. I don't like your
Oh,
face.
wow.
Glad you're here. Fuck your
Mhm.
character with a cat. Oh, I have a thing.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Things are gonna happen.
This is not good.
I made this for you, friend.
Oh no.
It's a shotgun. It's in her face.
Wow.
Oh, just for me.
Everything.
Just
Yay.
for you. I hope you like
say,
cactus.
say it ain't so.
It's so
Succulent,
great.
if you will.
Wonderful.
Succulent.
Yeah,
Who doesn't
It's
last
not
time
something
you
we
did
get to
this.
say here very often.
Last time this happened, I made this emote for you both.
You mean like last year?
Yes.
God, yeah.
been a
Is
bit.
it exact?
It's
Your
been a
last
bit.
day off.
No, it's
Your last day
wait.
off. That ain't very far off.
No, that
It's
isn't.
close.
Oh, so first off, hi, buddy.
Hi.
I will be rolling on your character sheet just because
Well, thank you.
You don't need to know how to do any of this bullshit.
I mean, I should learn it at some point, but who knows? Who
Maybe
cares?
in the future we'll
I'm
see
just
what
Next,
happens.
next
Play.
day off. We'll worry
Next day
about
off,
you
yeah.
next day off.
Yeah.
I
next day
invited
off.
you into this call earlier to help Matt.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I probably
You
have
got
like
it.
I could maybe make some time for that. Yeah.
Maybe.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here waiting to get
Yep.
into this call. Yep.
Yep.
Tog, you kept such a straight face. I was like, oh no, he's available. He can help.
I was like, nah, maybe we can get him later. Maybe after. Which
Maybe-
I wasn't being
Yeah.
facetious
Yeah,
about
blame-
even a little.
You didn't learn from the last time, Missouri.
Clearly,
I'm gonna rub it in some more.
I don't know if
There
you
was-
was the cackling. And
Yeah.
that's true.
there wasn't even. Well, there wasn't a good setup this time to where it was like my band's music was playing, you know,
No,
and we're at a
no.
punk bar, you know.
Okay.
There was no setup for that.
No,
There
that was last game.
That was last game.
Yeah.
This is this game. So,
Yeah, that was your last day off. Sorry.
Yeah.
Reese, did you read that cheat sheet I made for you?
I did. I have it open right here, as well.
Cool. So, you, if you've been following
Can I-
along with the events of these idiots so far,
Can I
have-
actually catch him in my arms?
Yep, like full like Goku catching Vegeta, like.
Okay. I just want to
I'll
look down and I want to go, well, if it isn't my damsel in distress.
But
I'm going to look right back up at Maggie and go, Magdalena. Oh, it's so happy to see you right now.
I imagine you are. And I'm going to throw him behind me.
So there's a bunch of things going on at this point. And although ironically, this is usually where we get to the point where we would take our break. Does anyone need to use a restroom? Need to do anything? Or we just basically yell at Punk, or do we
I feel
want
like
to
we're
keep
okay
going?
for a little while. Let's
Okay.
check in like
Yeah.
40 minutes.
Punk just got here. We just got everything organized. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's do
go.
this.
Yep.
So
Okay, we got everything organized. Everyone take a shit.
yeah.
Careful,
Wouldn't be
don't
the
give
first
Matt's
time.
camera ideas.
Wouldn't-
No, no.
Don't do that. Don't play. So, Reese has been launched back into largely the parking lot. It's easy to land. You're not a shitty. You're not a shitty as a
Wait,
vampire.
do I do the superhero landing?
You can.
Do I do
in
the
fact,
awesome
do the
superhero? I'm
landing.
doing the awesome superhero landing and land on my knee and go, ow, my knees.
And Mercy Grace, for the second time in your life, that's the next way that you see your sire. Literally flung away by Magdalena.
Mercy,
Still
So,
like it. This is still Reese. So this is like the spiky, like blue hair, all that still mess.
so
That's still a
familiar.
thing, or has he changed his style since then?
No. Why change a good thing? Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't mess up the classics, you know?
The moment,
Actually-
right? Classic.
As I'm throwing him, can I turn around and look at Mercy dead in the eyes and go, temporary ally, before I continue to walk in?
Temporary ally. Temporary ally.
Don't kill him.
He,
There's your-
he has a
So-
T-shirt that literally says "temporary."
Temporary.
ally.
Yeah.
I'm your temp friend today.
So there's like a moment of fear, right? Like something comes flying at Maggie.
Mhm.
Mercy's concerned.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, and
Matthew
then it's
Lillard
this
ass.
This
guy.
fucking guy.
And Maggie yeets him over her shoulder, and he lands on the ground like he's trying to be cool. And Mercy will like look at him, and it'll be a look of just absolute disgust.
I'll
Like-
look back at Mercy and go, oh, hey, How you doing? How was your party? I heard you having a party. You know.
Oh,
So
she goes from
Oh, no.
totally disgusted to just absolutely blank and moves towards Maggie.
several things actually
Good talk. Good talk.
occur when this is happening. So Reese is the only one that has a real sense of what the fuck's going on here as I fix my music again. Reese looks a little worse for wear. Looks like he's taken a couple punches to the face.
How can
There's
you tell?
actually a nice gash down one shoulder from you're not really sure what because it was dark.
Well, then Roland will ask him, "What's in there?"
Not friends. Not that.
Round
not
about the
anything
time
friendly.
that this is happening and that or I should say Maggie is going into the building, on the bottom floor and one of the top floor windows, they start breaking and bodies start coming out. Bodies that are not dead bodies. They are animated and running out. There are screaming noises.
If I were us, I'd be going that way.
It is more akin to it is definitely more like, let me put this more into perspective for you. As vampires, you guys are very used to fitting in with society, blending in as much as you can. Doesn't always work. But there's a little thing in the back of your head that's, what would happen if you just cut loose and said, fuck everything? That's what you're seeing. About, from the four windows, mostly just, like, can't even tell what they're wearing, covered in blood, hair matted down with blood, are these faces of people that crawl out like crabs. The one on the top floor literally just busts his top half through the window, flops to the front, and then just falls out and just gets up shakily. And they're letting out this noise that's just horrible. And it is loud. It's not like, already we're at the point of masquerade breach is in progress right now. And as akin to like 28 days later, they just start running towards the lot of you.
One of those incendiary grenades I'm going to throw into the building and then turn and look at the most immediate crab creature and activate another power.
Which floor are you throwing one in? Because I'm
Looks
doing
like
the same
ground-
goddamn
looks like the
thing.
ground floor.
The ground floor that I just kicked the door in, that's where I'm throwing the incendiary grenade, and I'm also going to make a rouse check to activate yet another power. Fuck yes! What a good night for that. Finally.
Yep. So let's see how some of these things go. So you are throwing a grenade into the house, not engaging with these things.
I am the first thing that I'm going to do is throw a grenade into the factory or house or whatever it is, yes. To begin the process of cleaning up evidence.
Cleaning up evidence, indeed.
Leaning
Yeah.
with
So-
fire.
Incendiary grenade is going in. I don't even really know if that is necessarily a roll. You're just doing it. 6. You are throwing a grenade in as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's probably going to be... I'll even say that can be... Since you are hucking it, I'd say that'll be like athletics and either strength or dexterity, whichever feels appropriate. And I'm going to ask you to make that roll 6. Just set it as difficulty 1. And then after that, I'm going to make you roll awareness and wits. 2 different rolls. So while that's all going on... Holy shit! Okay. Something Kobe.
Kobe.
Something Kobe.
And
Rip.
also, yes. Also
No, I'm so hip with
awareness
the
and
We
lingo.
wits.
said okay.
Awareness and wits.
Wow.
I'm gonna ask that of actually the people who are outside. So James, Mercy,
Yep.
and Roland. Awareness and wits, all of you. So you got 3. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Reese already knows this shit, so you don't need to do none of that. And I have your character sheet and I have to roll for you anyway, so I need to shut the fuck up.
All right.
A 2.
Gesundheit.
You dick.
fucking hate it here.
3.
Fantastic. And button. So they're all really good.
Hey, nice Mercy.
The
He's mad.
crazy bit of this is the things that are running at you. Chunks of their hair are missing because chunks of their scalp are missing. But as they're coming at you, you do notice. You guys have known Six for a while, right? You've been in the presence of a ghoul this whole time. When these things are coming at you, these horrible things that are half skinned, half bloody, half whatever, they have heartbeats. They're still alive. And they're howling and screaming and running towards you with
No, they're not.
the joy of a meth fiend. So,
The joy of a meth fiend.
yeah. So, no, they're not. What are you doing, Roland?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking shoot him.
Okay. At this point, we have a pretty open combat situation. Six and Maggie have hucked grenades. What are James, Mercy, Roland shooting, and Reese? What are you doing?
What weapons do I even have? We didn't discuss that. Is
So-
this still just the baseball bat?
None.
We can
You
go with the
sheer
baseball
very
bat if you brought
small
one.
green card.
Yeah, I
Alright.
don't care what you brought. Bring whatever the fuck he would
It's-
bring.
It's still the baseball bat then.
You're.
Done.
Oh man.
Brouhaha with a baseball bat.
I love this.
Stereotypes.
So, as they're charging, Roland, you're shooting. Roll me
Yes.
firearms and composure.
Before he, well, I mean, like as he, I guess, starts to shoot at these things, Mercy's going to activate all and just kind of call to them.
Okay.
You know,
You're gonna try to resolve this.
yeah,
You're gonna try and use your power.
correct. Because you said, I mean, and you said it was pretty obvious they're like acting crazy. Like if you were to just let your beast be in full control.
Literally foaming at the mouth, but they're also still human.
Sure. Wouldn't this be more fun if you had more targets? Why don't you turn around, head back inside?
Okay.
Let's see what we can do together.
Which power are you using?
Aw.
Okay. So make whatever rolls that entails.
Is it?
I would
just
like to volunteer to also roll against that.
Well, you're already on her side, so you're already doing what she wants.
Is it? Would it just be a presence roll?
Let me crack open your sheet and see how we do this.
Oh! I'm dumb. No, I know what it is. I'm smart. Promise.
Baseball.
Were you meaning to use like compel to get them to turn around?
I do not
Oh.
have compel.
All can kind of do it without
Yep.
that.
So basically,
Yeah.
you're going to be rolling a social thing of, I'm going to say, you're being nice about it.
I
Then
mean,
let's say
I
you
don't
can-
know that anything about Mercy is particularly nice right now.
So that'll probably be persuasion and
Well,
manipulation.
it's manipulation, presence versus composure and intelligence.
So that'll be, manipulation plus the 3 dice that you have in presence.
Okay, so just straight up manipulation with the additional dice.
Yep. Let's see how they do.
And that's those.
They're also getting shot, so that's going to be a thing. So you said it was versus what now?
Composure and intelligence.
Yeah, they don't got any of all that shit. So they're gonna.
And-
They have no composure happening right now.
NPCs
They don't have composure?
NPCs
Oh.
are
Don't say.
Oh my god.
Weird.
NPCs
The whole flying out the
are-
windows, on crawling on all fours, 28 days later style, and they don't have composure? Are you sure about that?
Weird, right?
NPCs are run real simple on this shit. So we're gonna go against Handful and see what they get.
Need more alcohol,
Difficulty
please, dear.
of 4. Because that's what you roll. Survey says. No. So, here's how this goes down. They start rolling up in like hissing and snarling, and Mercy steps forward and says stuff and tries to calm them down. The vampire power's coming out. And they don't like, aha, I'm going to switch sides or anything like that. But they run up like a pack of animals, not behaving like humans at all. Like on all fours, kind of twitching to the side and like move up and stop. And then kind of like regard you for a second before they're just full-blown charging in. And then Roland opens fire.
Yep. At that point,
job,
that's probably
Roland.
when I would do that too.
All right, so however
What's
you
that?
would
We
be
call that
shooting
team
Kiso.
tactics.
Normally it would be firearms and composure, but it could be firearms and dexterity if that works better for you.
Do we get a flanking bonus? Because I distracted them?
That's not how that works.
That's definitely not how that works.
See, if I thought it was gonna work, I would have done it too. That way, there's two people doing the exact same thing in all.
Yeah, it's fair.
Difficulty of
Listen,
3
Mercy's
to
got like
dodge.
dick all going for her in a fight. Just saying.
Yep.
So that's a thing.
Okay.
So
you want me to roll too, right?
Yep, you're shooting. You roll.
Okay. All right. So I step in front of Mercy as she, says this,
Okay.
and I
There's one.
pull up my shotgun to my cheek and I open fire the one that's closest to her.
Okay.
You said dexterity.
It can be normally it's firearms and composure, but if you want it to be dexterity, it could. So the one Roland shoots at, full blown like, okay, and then we'll go opposed off of this. None.
Oh my god. Are we gonna have another one of these combat scenes where I just like fuck up everything? So.
Probably.
So it goes into them. So basically, you guys, they like freeze for a second. You guys fire, and they all basically kind of like skitter around in this weird like cockeyed dodge that like it's almost like whatever is puppeteering this thing like grabbed something inside of them and pulled them this way, and they just kind of went along with it. It's this bizarre, awful horror movie looking thing. So that's a thing. At this point, Reese, what are you doing? Batter up?
Batter up, yeah, basically. Is there like a group of 3 that I could just swing at?
You can definitely wail on at least one of the motherfuckers who aren't looking at
Okay.
you. They're looking at the guns right now.
Okay, yeah.
Baseball bat. Jesus Christ, I forgot how cool Reese was.
Trash.
That's Hot Trash is the character.
Yeah.
Not trash.
Hot trash. Difficulty of 1. Let's see what you do, Reese.
Holy shit, that's a lot of dice.
That is a lot of dice. Difficulty of 4. Oh, so
Oh,
they're shooting, and then Reese comes out of the side as one of them skitters back away from the bullets that Roland was shooting out, and just blasts this motherfucker in the back of the head, like completely just the guy didn't know he was there. He just blindsided him. The ghoul thing just kind of like splatters onto the ground. He's down and bloodied, but he's definitely not out. Maggie, the fuck you doing in there? I assume getting away from the fire that's about to start happening?
Yeah, I've turned away to focus on the ones that are out of the building and skittering towards my coterie. I slam my foot down as I turn, and everyone within this radius hears my voice, but it's more directed at the creatures. And I say, "Come and get some, motherfuckers!" And then I'm gonna go to the closest one, and I'm gonna grab it and just pull it in half, or attempt to.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's gonna be some bullshit. I'm gonna say strength and not brawl. That's pretty much athletics, because you're not even trying. You know, I'll give you brawl. Brawl, you're still using it on something. So strength and brawl.
Are you gonna start beating them with the different halves of the creature you just split?
That's awesome. Sorry.
Grab him by the ankles.
That's a good question. You could puny god this guy.
Where's the Masquerade Breach sign when I need it?
I have one. Let's see. So
Easy.
Maggie has 5 successes. He's got to beat that. He does not.
Damn.
So you don't rip him apart, but you grab him, and he's definitely there's like popping noises, and he just starts spitting and screaming, spitting blood specifically.
These are just humans, right?
Yes.
In a minute, they're just going to be meat.
You can tell that they have heartbeats.
Sure.
So, yeah.
So they bleed. Is what I'm really, I guess, aiming for here.
All right, so we're gonna do this because I gotta open my notebook. I don't know if
Never a good
people
thing
are
with
laughing about, but that's okay. It's probably Discord that I can't look at right now.
It was you. I was like, they bleed, right? And you were like, the notebook.
Let me consult the Notebook of Doom.
Nah, more I'm going off of your old ancient initiative scores that I've written down. So, out of all of you, the fastest is probably 6. Let me double check that because Reese is involved in this shit too now. So that is composure
I really don't
and
even like
awareness.
chocolate and peanut butter together.
Reese doesn't have a whole bunch of composure, but he's got a bunch of awareness. So you guys are tied. So I'm just gonna do because Reese is preoccupied with beating the shit out of some more creatures. 6. I'm gonna give this opportunity awareness and wits again. 'Cause you're kind of at the top of the order. What would Reese be doing because he's fastest? You
What would
fast
I be
boy.
doing?
Yeah.
Fast boy? I'd be taking out all of the people on the outskirts of the group. Anyone who's on the outer side.
More
I'd be
baseball
going after
batting.
them.
Skip.
More baseball
He's like
batting,
skipping from like goal
Yeah,
to goal. Just like
skipping.
I just
Straight
hear
up just
the
skipping.
I just hear the music of Ravenous. Where he's skipping through the tulips.
I was I was going more like Freebird in the Kingsman, but that's just me.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, I
Um,
can see that.
So, well, we're gonna do this. So that is you got a 1. Okay. This ain't too bad. So what we're gonna do here is a couple of things.
got a
First off, Reese's. Did you just rolled, right? Or is that the last one?
Yeah, I got 2.
Oh, you got 2. Aha, there's 110 there. I didn't see. Okay. So technically, Reese will be going first. And Mercy, as much as you don't like Reese, who he is, I should say, you know that you got your blood from him. And anything about who he is not going to change in this moment. You have strong opinions about it, and that's fine. But what he is, what the vampire blood that you have in you that you could become, is a little bit clearer now. Reese seems to be a very, very Bruja type, like a brawler type. He is moving, because I had his stats and bullshit here, with a supernatural speed and strength simultaneously. As the one ghoul is down, he is immediately moving up to the last one that James had fired at, and is wailing at that one with a baseball bat as well. And he gets... Jesus Christ, I forgot. Yeah, he's dumb as fuck. Actually, no, that's dumb as fuck, that's right. So 1 for start. Okay.
Holy shit.
Y'all ever wanted to know what Potence 5 looked like?
I fucking hate you.
Wow.
God damn.
Ghoul is going to try and dodge. He's got to beat a 5. Survey says 1.
Nope.
So
Big ass
basically, here's how this goes. James, you're shooting at this thing in front of you, and it's going and like kind of dodging around the bullets. Actually dodging around the bullets. And Reese comes up and literally, full blown, like it's straight out anime. Bam! The ghoul flies, hits a brick wall. There's a little dent in the brick wall. And it falls from its little crater in the brick wall into one of the dumpster fires, which closes the lid. And there's screaming noises coming from it.
He just swung like the Cubs are gonna win the next fucking World Series.
The Cubs. Right, Chicago.
Chicago Pride, baby.
Hey.
Let's
Wow.
go Phillies.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I score. So with
I look
two...
over at James. Hold on. I look at James and go, "Did you see that?"
Reese is a Yinzer in Chicago now. That's just how this is.
Can't help himself.
Fuck. So that happened. Is that disgusted look what's on James's face? I hope so.
Oh no, I'm mildly depressed.
That's fun. That's going well for you. 6 got 2 successes. One of them's a 10. You're pretty trained on hunting and knowing how this shit goes. You're seeing more activity in one of the windows in the stories. You specifically see. It's far up, so it's kind of hard to see. But literally, there's the front of the building and the side of the building. And you can see out of the side of the building, with no damage being done to the building, a human-shaped figure moves literally through the wall, floating up, and is just hanging in the Chicago night sky, looking down at you.
Through the wall?
Through the wall like a ghost in a movie. Kind of hard to see it in any detail, but you get a sense of probably male, open kind of
Well,
jacket,
I
and
have
you can
heightened
definitely
senses on-
tell that there's red from here down his front.
I have heightened senses on so I can see in the dark.
You can't see in the dark. He's just like 50 feet away, up in street lights. So he's hard to see for everybody. But you see that he's there, and that's it. That's just that. So you can take your whole turn now, if you want to do anything.
He's just kind of like behind all the fighting and shit like that. Are there
He's
like more of these
above.
ghouls coming out?
So you saw that there are more up in the building, at least. Probably very concerned that, oh yeah, the fires have started. Because y'all came with shit.
I'm gonna take a few steps back, reach back into the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pull out my sniper rifle.
Okay. Are you taking a shot with it?
Yes.
Okay. What are you aiming at?
The floating guy, of
Okay.
fucking course.
That'll be your usual composure and, I should say firearms composure. Because this is a practice move that you've done a bunch of times. Pull, ready, aim, fire. Fucking Reese do here. Jesus H. Christ.
Fucking Reese, man. You have no idea.
I don't think you have any idea.
Can heightened
that guy
senses
with the
give me an
kick.
extra dice?
Yeah, I would say extra dice would be fine with that.
Okay.
That would definitely give you 1 extra dice, yeah.
Oh, plus my specialty.
So that is 8 successes. Crazy good. And it's an interesting, infuriating situation. You aim down it, you sight. So because you did so goddamn well, I do need to show you this. You see exactly what this thing looks like as you shoot.
Holy fuck.
Oh, great.
It is definitely a man in a suit. It is definitely a vampire, and it definitely doesn't really care
It's the prince. Sorry.
about hiding what it is. So you take the shot, go straight for the head, easy at this distance. It's moving slowly through the air. You take the shot. With 8 successes, you know you hit the fucking thing. But you literally see that bullet go right through, like it's a ghost. You see the instant, because you got so many successes, where his shape ripples a little bit, like he's incorporeal, right where it would have gone, right between his fucking eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't seem to do anything to him. And you get more details because of just how you picked a sniper rifle as a choice and what's going on. Suit, coat, just floating there. Jet black eyes. Mouth is just full of sharp teeth. It's not your typical two-fang vampire teeth. It's just a mess of fangs. And their taloned hands are holding 2 different things. And you get full detail on both of them. One, in a backwards grip, is a curved dagger that has like gold inlaid in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it that quickly. The other, if you got less successes, you wouldn't see that at all, but it is something jagged in his other hand. It's definitely a shard of glass, of all things. You don't know
Shard
what-
of.
Shard of reflective glass. You don't have any reference for what that would mean, but that's the state of things. So you take a shot and literally nothing happens. Everybody else sees this. In combat, that puts... ironically, the rest of you are tied at 5. It's James, Roland, and Mercy go next. So you guys can just choose amongst you who goes.
Go ahead, James. You're gonna affect my turn.
Can I like check to see? Actually, I delay
Okay.
because I'm waiting for Mercy to act.
Oh,
So-
you're gonna be mad. Go ahead.
Is there any other ghouls that are still down here?
One left.
All right. Well, I'm gonna shoot that fucking thing then.
He's down, so he gets a minus on his dice because that's the one that Reese clipped in the back of the head with a ball bat.
All right.
That's shit. Alright, so that's 2. That is not a messy crit or anything, which is good for everybody, you included. So
Yay.
he has to try and dodge this. He gets no bonus dice at all. So he's got to beat a 2. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
The ghoul is like covering the back of his head that is covered in more blood, looks up and sees you shooting. What kind of weapon are you firing with? Just a pistol?
Pistol. Yeah.
You just look down and think it's going to be easy and just go pop, 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 like a few things. And this ghoul just like rolls backwards away from you. You've effectively gained distance on him, which is probably good for you.
Yeah, probably.
But you didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
James and Mercy.
Yes. So Mercy, gonna roll a rouse check here to activate fleetness. And then I have a question. I'm not trying to
You
be
get
like,
hungrier.
that's okay.
You're at 3.
I am not trying to like sneak around the DM. In my character sheet, right? Remember the very first time I went on a hunt, I lured some guy who tried to knife me,
Yep.
and then I kept his knife.
You do have that knife. Yep.
Yes. So Mercy's gonna take that knife, and she is going to very, very quickly flit over and attempt to like stab this guy in the
That guy? Okay.
in the throat. Yeah.
So that's going to be it's going to be melee because you're using a melee weapon, and
Sure.
you can either pair that with strength or dexterity. For you, I don't know which would be better for you. Whatever you
Dexterity.
think. Go for it then. Keepsake. But at the same time, in the back of your head, that beast is hungry, and right now your beast wants to be what Reese is doing. It wants to be a ball of destruction. You don't have
Yep.
to like that, but that's what's happening. So, is that right? There's definitely at least one success in there.
I say a critical is still a success.
That's not a
right?
crit. A 10 is definitely a success. This roller is kind of wonky,
Sure.
and it's not a messy critical. It's just a success.
Right, because you need 2, right?
need 2,
To like have an
yeah.
actual. So yeah, okay.
Their scripting is a little off, but yeah. So you definitely that's
Try that.
He just dodged, so he basically has to default to nothing. So
Twinsies!
so technically that's a tie, but that means that the acting character wins the tie. And if it's between mortals and vampires, the vampire wins the tie. So you speed over to him. Maybe a little faster than you wanted to. Maybe a little more eager than you wanted to because that beast is in your ear. Knife goes right in his neck. And he just looks up at you. He's not completely dead, but he definitely falls over. That puts James Kessler. What are you doing?
So she runs over and stabs someone in the neck, the one that
Yep.
Reese tagged, right?
Yep.
Immediately, I'm checking her flank to see which enemy is closest to her, and I'm gonna move up to cover her back and
So,
shoot at it.
what you have going on with this is that's going to be a real quick awareness and wits check to see what's going on because the ghouls are starting to get cleaned out.
Question. That's not going to actually affect what happens next with my character, but just for curiosity's sake, if a vampire were to feed off a ghoul not their own, what would happen?
You would you would drink their blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
nothing crazy.
Nothing happens. Awesome.
Unless the vampire did something to that ghoul.
Yep. Which is a possibility that exists.
Which is
Okay.
a possibility. So you,
poison in
that's
them.
2 successes. So the ghouls are, except for the one Mercy has a knife in its neck of, mostly down, except for that one. I mean, if you wanted to pop it, you could. But there is some movement happening on the second floor window where the fire is starting to come from. That's what you see.
Okay.
It
Okay, but
looks like
I
there
still
might be activity.
move.
Yep.
I still move to her back,
Okay.
right?
Protective. Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell what that movement in there it is, right?
Oh, it's definitely a person of some sort. If it's a person, a vampire person, a ghoul person,
I don't know, right?
other kind of person.
I cast as I'm like covering back. I'm pointing my shotgun at that window. I'm gonna do aspects. I'm gonna sense the unseen. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So sense the unseen.
So that's
I believe
it's
it.
wits and aspects or resolve and aspects.
Yep. To see stuff. We'll see how many successes you get. I'd say set the difficulty when you make that roll just as 2, because you already have an idea that something's there.
Set the difficulty to 2.
Well, when you roll, it'll ask what the difficulty is. It'll be the last thing it asks you. Aw, this Discord thing is a lot more wholesome than I would have expected for Punk's return. I expected it to be a bunch more shit talking.
surprised there isn't.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay. I did it in
internet.
your Twitch chat. You know what can
Yeah,
I
internet.
say?
That's
There. Better?
That is better.
Hold on, wait. Oh, I forgot. I'm not a fancy Nitro user. I can't use my emotes here.
Me neither. So
Oh, wow.
was that it, James?
Yep.
The one?
Yep.
Okay. So you use Auspex. Basically,
Or Sense the Unseen.
Sense the Unseen. Sense the Unseen basically is more geared towards like sensing ghosts and shit like
Oh.
that.
We lost Matt.
Oh no,
Nope,
Nope.
nope, never
We
mind. There he
regained
is.
the mats. Hello.
he's coming back.
Right. I'm just trying to see if there's anything supernatural, like in that area.
And he back. He back.
I'm back.
It's all good.
Back.
Good, because you're going to be coming up soon. Round about the time that you do that, James, you get like basically a faint outline of something that is definitely supernatural, and when you find like it's not a real great roll, so you're kind of in the heat of things, you're kind of distracted, and when
Yep.
you see it, it's already in motion, and it comes through the window. It's one of the ones that were already blown out. But because you even have that power, you can tell instantly that the thing that jumps out the window isn't a ghoul. It doesn't have a
Okay.
heartbeat at all. So, okay,
Okay.
that's fair. So we got one last thing to do in the round. Something that is not a ghoul, something that has no heartbeat appears, and we'll have Maggie take whatever her turn is before we jump back into this in a minute. Maggie,
Yes.
your turn.
What jumped out the window?
Probably
I
a
notice
vampire.
How close am I to that?
You? Well, you were right on the front doorstep, and you've just basically ripped one ghoul's arm out of their socket. So, I want to say 10 feet?
I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna toss the ghoul aside and I'm gonna go after the vampire.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out my blade and I'm going to try and cut its face off.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Do that. So that's gonna be...
And that's I can't remember what you've told me. I believe it's a +2 for the blade.
Yep. That'll be damage, not dice.
Okay.
Yep. If it connects, it will do more damage than the total of your successes. Which is fun, because we're going to have a nice opposed test here of melee and strength. Okay. So we're going to do sort of the same thing. So there's kind of a sword fight happening as the creature pulls far less elegant a big honking machete. And what's that? And that's 3 successes you had. Difficulty of
Yes.
So there's
I
an
don't-
exchange of sparks and stuff.
I don't like that. Can I use a will to re-roll the 3 non-blood die?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So that's 3 more successes for me.
Fantastic. And as a vampire, let's see how this goes. You still win by 2. He also used willpower to re-roll. So there is a
Good.
sword fight going on. There are sparks flying and shit. And your blade bites down. You basically do cut into for. You win by a thing of 2, and you add 2 more for your specific sword. So he takes damage.
You pick the losing side.
And as this fight is about to get real spicy real soon, this is about where we're going to take our break because I'm getting requests. And I agree with the requests. It's about time for a break. So, y'all, we're going to be back soon. And we're going to see how this legitimate vampire street fight is going to go. This is wild. Thanks for coming back with us, punk. Jesus.
Fuck you. I mean, yeah, it's so good to see you.
Yeah.
Happy you're here.
Fantastic.
Man. Wow.
You guys sound like real Camarilla now. All right, we'll be back.
I'm hot.
Did that work? Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
It worked.
Woo.
Cool. All right, we're all back. We're all refreshed. Let me kick on our combat music. This is where we were.
Cheers.
Fancy.
What?
That's booze.
Oh,
Totally.
hold on.
Wholesome.
All right, so where were we? Maggie just did her nonsense and got in a fight with a
Classy, right out of the bottle.
got in a sword
No
fight
hot.
in front of a building like a badass. I'm gonna say that takes us back to the top of our initiative order. And as I go to grab, also totally not some more alcohol from the fridge. 6. What do you plan on doing with this round?
What the fuck came out of the house?
So the thing that Maggie's fighting with, or the floaty thing?
Well, I can't shoot the floaty thing, so what's the next best thing?
Well, it's kind of the exact same thing that you did on New Year's Eve with Maggie. You'd be firing a sniper rifle at somebody that she's engaged with in melee with.
Great.
Like, it's a sword fight. Maggie has her fucking... And to anyone else who hasn't seen this yet, it is a very pretty katana that is out. And she seems to be in basically a sword fight with it's this fucking skin-headed monster that just is all teeth, pointed ears, and doesn't even really look like a person anymore. These Sabbat fucks are a lot less like... If I had to give them a flavor, I'd say 30 Days of Night is pretty on point. For
I
looking,
totally understand that reference.
you're looking at it. By the way, if y'all ever want to watch a really good movie that gives a good impression of what the Sabbat is like, watch 30 Days of Night. It's a good flick. Besides, so she's sword fighting with a vampire with a machete.
Let's take a bite at it.
My beautiful gift from an old friend.
You have many of those, and I'm never sure if you mean it or not.
This one I mean.
Okay, so are you taking a shot at this thing?
Yep.
So usual roll, and
Yep.
then we'll see if it can do anything about it.
I like this Prince pose happening right now.
6. It's very
Holy
joking.
shit.
6. It has to make a... Where's your athletics button? Fuck, no, I'm just gonna do this. There we go. This plus this. No bonuses because you're not fucking special. Actually, are you special? Hold on. It's a vampire. Do you have disciplines? We do.
What vampire does... Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Evil.
Never mind.
Okay, so cool. So, it has speed. They could potentially. Normally, when somebody is just firing on a person, they get a minus to them if they don't have cover or anything like that. Just a regular mortal being shot at with a gun with no cover puts them at a minus on dice. A vampire with celerity, who's fast enough, does not necessarily have that problem. So he doesn't get any bonuses, but he doesn't get any negatives either. So straight roll, difficulty of 6. Huh.
Oh,
So
You
he got
tied.
he got a crit in Tide, but again, acting character wins the tie. So your sniper rifle does how much damage again?
+4.
4 damage. Fuck. Let's see how this goes. Right. So cool. Very similar to the routine that you practiced last week. Leg shot. There's a spurt of blood while Maggie and this thing are fighting. it doesn't all the way go down. It definitely hit, and it put it off balance for a second. But it's still kind of up and holding its own, and it gives a half a second's attention towards you and gives you a look. So it's going to try to do stuff at some point. But that means, hey, Reese,
Yes.
you up. There's a vampire. Also, you know what? Let me check something real fast here. Because I have to have you... I have to roll your dice for you. Do you have any awareness, Reese? Let's find out. Difficulty of 1. Let's see how we... Yeah, you're pretty good. So, you're surveying the field, and you have the presence of mind to look up. And there's some fucking ghost-ass motherfucker floating in the air above the building, looking down and watching. And you know for a fact that is probably who you've been sent here to fuck up.
Okay. You said about 50 feet in the air, right?
He's up there, and also Maggie's in the sword fight.
Okay. How is Maggie faring?
She's
in this fight?
she's winning. The other guy is outnumbered, and she seems like it's not a 100% chance that Maggie will win, but it looks pretty good for her.
Okay, and when I go to jump, how high can I jump?
So, do you have the power
5 times 30.
Soaring leap? Yes, you do. So, yeah, 5 times your potence level. So, a lot.
A lot?
A lot.
So I'd be able to reach this guy.
In theory.
In theory, okay. In theory, I would like to jump up and swing at him with the bat and break his kneecaps.
Alright, so here's how this is gonna go.
That's legitimately what I want to do is kneecap him. Even though he's flying, I just want to
He's
kneecap
flying,
him.
you just want to kneecap. Alright, so we're gonna do just because this will just be funny.
I don't think you could have picked a better person to play Reese, honestly. The chaos is just,
I'll just difficulty 1 just to see how many successes we get. So Reese jumps with a bestial. That's not a bestial failure. The whole roll was a
Holy
success.
shit.
You just rolled 14 dice, son.
Jesus.
You got 8 successes. So here's exactly what happens. You go down like Superman, and when Reese jumps, there's a teeny little crater. He blasts off like the Hulk, kind of. You don't necessarily need to jump all the way there. You kind of get to the top of the building, kick off of that, and head towards him. And you go to line up the swing, it's perfect. And you swing. It goes right through him like he's a ghost. And the problem is, you jumped. So you keep going.
All right.
So everybody sees Reese about to do something awesome. See him do something awesome and competent. And then you hear, "Ah!" Fuck! Or what does he say if he says anything? Ghost! Okay, so Reese just team rocketed out of the scene briefly. We'll see what happens next round. This brings us back to the triumvirate of Mercy, Roland, and James. Maggie's sword fighting with a vampire, and there's a
building on fire behind them.
building on fire. You hear the ghost thing, and all of you see it now. Reese made a fucking spectacle of it. It's not like a hidden thing anymore. That this thing is hanging in the air, just like it's standing in place, looking straight down. And it's unnerving just to see something lit by moonlight behind, just looking down at you, floating. But you see it.
So earlier you described what's in its hands to 6, but 6 is the other one who
Yep.
knows those things. Okay.
Yep. wouldn't be terribly hard to see that there are things in his hands, but their significance, you don't know.
Hey,
Sure. But so, in theory, Mercy has seen both Six take a shot at this thing and Reese go flying through it.
Yep.
Okay, so if she looks closely, she can see then that there is something in his hands.
Yeah. I would even just straight allow that at this point, as many rounds has passed as they have.
Cool. Mercy, recognizing her shortcomings as a new vampire, will call to the others. Actually, not Roland, I'm sorry. James is standing like right beside her again,
Yes.
right? That one's got something in his hands. I don't know if I can hit it from here. And then she will attempt fire at the hand holding the sharp thingy.
The sharp thing.
Like, it's like a shard of something or other. She doesn't know.
Very interesting. Okay. Give me, so usually that's composure and firearms. Or firearms first and then composure. See what you get.
Hang on, I'm looking for a way to convince you to give me extra dice for this.
If you don't have a specialization,
I don't have
that is
anything.
no.
Nothing.
Take your shot. That's 3 successes.
Show enough.
3 constitutes a difficulty of moderate.
Not
So,
moving though.
A couple of things are going on in this round. I will wait to see what James and Roland, the Dream Team, do before this goes any
Dream
further.
Team. Well, I am going to use entrancement on it.
Nice.
This thing.
The floating thing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. You're gonna have to remind me what the rolls are for.
Yeah, it is charisma and presence versus composure and wits.
Okay, so this is a social roll, or
Yep.
is it composure and wits? So this is social and mental together. Gotcha.
3 extra dice. Submit.
And then I will see what you get and set the difficulty as that. So you got 3. Is that 3 successes? Yeah, that's 3 successes. So let's see what we get. So what are you doing to do it? You just
Well-
like walk up and kind of turn the power on, kind of do the whole vampire island
Yeah,
thing?
that's what I'm doing right now. If it works, we're gonna have him come down. Why don't you come down?
Difficulty of 3. Let's see how he does.
Oh wow!
Hey!
This is what I was waiting for. So, what happens is I'm going to say this time-wise this way does this. Roland steps up to speak just before Mercy shoots. Roland uses his power. And your eyes lock onto this thing's, as far back as you can see. You can't see him very well, but it's a thing. You feel it catch hold a little bit, and then Mercy shoots. And then there is a moment where you see whatever was in his hand, a mirror shard, drop from the hand as a shot. Maybe the combination of being fired at and having a mind power used on it did something. But the shard drops to the ground and shatters. And then it slowly begins to move toward you in the air. Like it's standing still, but it's definitely moving towards you.
Toward me?
Yep.
Okay.
You asked for this.
To be fair, I said, why don't you come on down?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when a talk show host says, "Come on down," what happens?
He becomes the
happened?
next.
You bid 401.
It's,
He becomes the next contestant on Let's See What's Inside You.
Next contestant on Fuck Around and Find Out.
Find
James, it's your turn.
So yeah, I see that happen. I immediately take off at a sprint towards Roland,
Okay.
and I pull up to his side and I sight with my shotgun and I begin to pull the trigger.
Dream team, baby. Okay. Go ahead and take your shots.
All right. What do I put difficulty at?
Just
Is
set
that
it as
better?
1. If there's never a difficult, if I don't say a difficulty, just set it as 1. That way, if you get 1 success, it'll say, "Damn,
Oh
son!
yeah, let's fucking go!
Damn, son!" All right, so there's a lot of things are happening at once here. So, Maggie is basically in the midst of a fight, so she's not really paying attention to this. So that takes that count to. Yeah. Okay. There should be an opposed check here. Let me see how this works. Let's do. It's flying. Difficulty of 5. Good luck. No. The shape like darts to the side a little bit, but you still aim true, and definitely you see blood explosions, pop, 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 from a shotgun, and that adds damage to it as well. So that's good. So before we get back to Maggie in her sword fight with a vampire, the thing comes down probably like still 20 feet in the air and scans its eyes over you, scans dead on James as it just wounded it, and then you see one of the sides of its mouth go up in like a crooked smile, and like it seems like there was some blood left in there from earlier because it just immediately starts running down his face, and it tilts its hand towards 6 specifically. 6. We're gonna make a roll here. I need you to roll me wits plus occult.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble, Maggie.
I doubt it.
Let's see how this goes.
Just 1.
Okay. So that is. Oh, I gotta do this plus. You are. Okay.
Can I spend a willpower?
You can spend a willpower to re-roll 3 of those dice to see if you can get more.
Okay, now how?
Just click on the little die at the top left and name it reroll and do 3.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have 1 success now. Trying to pump it up to hopefully 4. See what happens. So it goes up to 3 total.
3.
Okay. So difficult. Okay. So it is with the reroll. It is a tie. And unfortunately, this is also a vampire. So it gets a willpower reroll as well.
You're
I think that's
mean.
Good.
You're a mean man.
I also have unswayable mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you can add your fortitude to that roll as well.
Oh, so I forgot to add 1 more dice.
It's
Yeah.
not a mind power, so no.
Okay.
Not in this case.
Oh, no.
Even.
So there is 1. It has one net success. Is that right? Yeah, it has one net success. So, what everybody sees happen is the vampire extends his hand at 6, and y'all are expecting some like mind power or dominate or something. There is a brief moment of
Sausage fingers. Sorry.
well, that would be very hard with the sniper rifle. But you're still trained on the thing fighting Maggie. Everyone sees at 6's neck a little wound appears, and then like a stream, blood starts going up straight towards that thing.
Oh, fuck.
Right into its mouth. It's like a stream.
I fucking know what ability that is.
So, 6, because you were a ghoul, that means you are taking 2 points of aggravated damage. It ain't good.
No.
If you were a vampire, you'd be getting hungrier, but now you're just a ghoul, and it's getting concerning. So, now we're on to Maggie, who's still sword fighting with a fucker.
And I'm still gonna be sword fighting with
a
fuck.
Alright, so let's just do that roll again real fast. We're both going to do strength and melee. I'll let you hit first, and then I'll see if he can match your swings. Strength. He gets plus.
Ooh, nice, Mags.
Yeah, it's pretty great. He's going to try and face you with it. A difficulty of 8. Good fucking luck, son. No!
Oh my god.
So,
Bye,
this-
bitch.
basically, this results in a how do you want to do this in vampire
I've
terms?
been sword fighting for over 100 years. Fuck you. And I would like to remove. Well, I can't quite remove the head with that, but I'll try.
There is a gout of you basically do everything but the spinal column. It's Tokyo Gore Police up in here, and it's bad. He was covered in blood before, but now it's his. And he kind of slumps to the knees and grabs at it, and then realizes that he grabbed too far and he's actually inside his own neck. It's bad. It's meat and bad, and it's gross. This is for everybody who hasn't seen intense combat at this point. They're running into it right now. Also, bless you. So that's Maggie's go.
Bless you.
Vampire.
Thank you.
Can I, after I slice through, like moving past and like cutting open and like being on the back of it, very samurai-esque,
Yeah, sure.
on the
I'll allow
backside?
the hell out of that.
I want to look up at the other guy that's now attacking 6, and I go,
Uh-huh.
"You're next."
Okay. I mean, that's
That's it. That's all I would just flare.
he's smiling, and it's just multiple rows of shark teeth. So cool. There's that. Maggie, you're always the bottom of the initiative because you're tough as scary but slow as fuck, which basically makes you Jason Voorhees as far as this game's concerned.
Yeah, I might be slow, but I don't stop coming.
Spoken like a
That
vampire.
means 2 things.
All right. Because vampire, I'm gonna say Reese, you're
In the air.
an eighth of a mile away.
Uh-huh.
You can get back probably in another big jump. I assume you're
Start
jumping
walking.
again.
You see
Yeah.
a bicycle
Yeah.
to your side.
He just goes back on like.
Wait, no, I actually want to do that.
All right, what are we doing? Tell me how this goes.
We're riding the bicycle. If we see a bicycle, we're riding
You,
it
you,
back.
you thieve yourself a bicycle,
Yes.
and as a vampire who does have celerity,
Oh my
there's
God.
actually the smell of burnt rubber. And it does make the before you take off because you just that
There's
fast.
I'd be so afraid
There's
of
a
that
bell
goddamn
on the
chain
handlebars.
breaking.
He's like fucking. Has anybody ever seen Golden Boy when he
Yes.
races
Yes.
a motorcycle?
It's
Yes.
Golden Boy.
It's that.
Put that shit in the chat for later. You got a while to your next round. So you come up and you can it's a bit to get back, so we're just gonna say most of this is you getting back. But if there's any hijinks you want to do on your way back, please just detail it to me. I want it, all of it.
I come back screaming, Maggie, did you cut off the face?
You see
Because I
like a
want
head
it.
flopping around on the, just barely attached.
Oh, you
You're
just...
like, next target.
We call that a drive-by.
Why don't I do that? Let's see. As this creature's flailing around with his head hanging out, I, take the bat on the side of the bike.
Like a
and
mailbox?
smack his head.
Yeah,
Like a mailbox.
I like it.
Home run!
I don't even
Maggie
fucking care.
approved.
We're doing this. All right.
Can I swing it at the floaty guy?
Let's see how many
towards him?
successes you get. Let's see if you get a
Projectile?
ridiculous number of. Okay, let me see how many fucking dots for your goddamn fortitude I have to, or your potence I have to add. What the fuck is that, dude? Yeah, that's fucking silly. That's also fucking silly. We're gonna have you hit hard, so we're gonna do a rouse check because we need more dice.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Pass.
Okay. Cool. So this is how this shit's going. Jesus Christ. This plus this plus yeah, gotta be. We're gonna put this as difficulty 2 because this is dumb. How hard does he hit this fucking head? Well.
Oh.
Shit!
That's a lot.
Whoa!
Pat!
Fuck, man.
Reroll him. Hit it harder.
This is what physics looks like.
Holy shit.
Burn a willpower, you can afford it.
We don't need to, son. We don't need to. So here's how
Need,
this fucking goes.
need is a strong word. We should.
Here's how this goes. There's a situation going on. Six looks like she's kind of in trouble. Mercy, I'm sorry that you see this, but this is how this goes. Reese,
You should ring the
Like-
bell before you hit him too.
you do hear ding ding, and you see bird squeal around the corner. Like Reese is on a motorcycle. His legs look like the circles for Sonic the Hedgehog's feet. And he just comes by and hits this thing. There is a crack of spinal column severing, and it does fly like swear to God, it sounds like the crack from straight from the fucking stadium with the Cubs, and it flies straight up and strikes this vampire in the air enough that he loses concentration and gets bumped to the side like pretty hard. The stream of blood actually just drops and splats on the ground. What the fuck, man? Oh, yeah.
The
Yep.
The usual.
Dumpster fire.
Casual vampire game.
Casual vampire game. Dumpster fire it is. Didn't expect Bruja bullshit. Alright, so 6, that makes this your turn. You were in a real bad spot and you have a moment of freedom now.
Where's this motherfucker at?
He's floating in the air. It was hard not to see him. He's much closer now. Within like 20 feet, but like straight up.
Fucking take another shot at him.
Okay. Okay. That's a lot.
Oh my god.
You set a blast his way.
Oh my god. I look away from the chat for like 30 minutes.
Things are going
Okay.
sideways.
It's only
y'all.
15. It's fine.
So, okay, that's a difficulty of 7. Not great. No. Oh, he got a crit, but that's all he got. So that's 7 plus. How much damage does your gun do again? 3, 4?
4.
So that's a net of several. The vampire in the air, like, gets shot straight out its back, and it coughs out like another stream of blood. And actually, the last 20 feet, it drops to the ground, still holding its knife. It's not like a good superhero landing like Reese did, but it lands, and it still has its knife. And it starts like saying something, but you're not really sure what it is saying. It sounds like a language, but with all the blood and going on with its mouth and teeth, it's just like that's what you get, and that's supposed to be language.
Okay.
And it starts stalking over towards the one who shot it. Which brings us to, again, the triumvirate of James, Roland, and Mercy. What are we doing?
Got your tongue, darling.
I think it's the iron.
I'm gonna step in and try to take my action first.
Okay.
I look over at Roland and I toss him my frag grenade, and I pull out one of my containers. I unscrew the top and I throw it, trying to spread it on the guy.
Okay. What is it that
Yeah,
you're
it's
spreading
lighter
on the
fluid.
guy? Oh,
Lighter
so
fluid.
you're getting him ready to be lit aflame.
Uh-huh.
Right. How? Okay. We're doing a double team thing here.
Then I'm gonna throw.
Throw the grenade. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, cool. How does this fucking work? So, I'm gonna make both of you roll me. Let's go with... I hate all of this. This is dumb in the best way. Let's just say, for
Yes,
throwing
dexterity
something, it's barely anything. So I would say for James, it would probably be dexterity and fucking, let's go with...
Athletics, I guess.
Let's go with athletics. Same thing for Roland.
Fantastic.
Athletics or in either strength or dexterity, whichever's better for you. Nice.
Can I burn a will?
I'm burning a will.
Okay, burn your willpowers. I am going to use some accelerant myself, if I don't mind. Thanks, party.
Wait, are we fucking up your fight, man?
No, you're
So
not
basically,
fucking up my
I
fight.
re-roll the non-successes, right?
You can re-roll up to 3 non-blood dice. So you can roll 2, yeah. If you had a whole bunch of dice, you're using a willpower can only do 3 max. So in your case, yes.
There we go. Success.
So here's how this goes. You do that lighter fluid grenade. What kind of grenade is this?
It's a standard frag.
Just a frag grenade. So there's
Yeah.
an
But
explosion
the
at this
flat
thing.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an
Sounds good.
explosion at this thing's feet, and it catches on fire. Maggie, as you, like Jason Voorhees, stalk towards this thing, that's happening.
We all have to roll a save, I think.
So because you're so close, Six does not have to because she's not a vampire, but people who are close, which is Roland and James, roll me that'll be a frenzy check, I think.
Yep.
Ooh,
From a big...
that's a new button on the update.
It is a new button.
Is it resist frenzy, right?
It is resist frenzy. Yep.
Nice.
Thank God, dude!
Your beasts already like, "No, fuck that." Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Let me see. Difficult.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
You did. Okay, so terror frenzy, bonfire inside a burning vehicle. I would say this is probably about bonfire level, which means your difficulty was 2. You both got 3. Good job. So you're not going to run in fear of this giant fire that is happening. What is going on here is this. You set him on fire, and like a fucking weird fucking ghost and screaming, he is on fire. His toes are barely touching the ground, and he is sliding forward ever closer to 6 with his hand up.
Okay.
He's
So
bad.
he's
He's on fire. It's a flaming fucking revenant ghost monster thing.
So it's Mercy's turn.
It is
right?
Mercy's turn. What you
Yeah.
got?
Cool. Mercy's quick, and presumably 6 doesn't want the fire monster to touch her.
Nope.
So Mercy's gonna be
no.
real fast and attempt to go hurry 6. Just like
Oh,
less
you're trying
close
to
to the.
grab her and move her with celerity?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a couple of things going on here. First off, your power will work no matter what. You need to rouse the blood to do it. So give me a rouse check to see if your hunger increases. No matter what happens, your power will work.
I roused the second time for this fight.
I mean, this.
Okay.
Oh, did you already have it activated earlier in the scene?
Yeah, I roused for it earlier. I failed. That's why I was at a 3.
Okay. Then you do not need to do that. Cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make this to get there in time to do it. I'm gonna say that's gonna be honestly just a straight dexterity and however many dots of celerity you have the power.
Sure.
I'm gonna say that's gonna be a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Because you were dealing with some other shit a short distance away, and there's fire you have to get around. So you have to kind of
Sure,
cut
yeah.
a circle.
Things are happening. Absolutely.
Fucking bullshit, Reese bullshit.
Yeah, it worked.
So 3. You grab her and pull her out of the way basically just in time. Maggie, go. It lunged and grabbed and started searing into the car.
I'm going to kill it
Try and
with
kill it.
sword.
Try and kill it with a sword. It's not doing great. Also, give me a resist frenzy check.
This will go poorly.
No, it didn't.
Oh no, it won't.
No.
Oh boy.
We got some
Nice.
shit today, son.
The best part is, if I get lit on fire, it doesn't bother me too much right now.
That's true.
Ah.
So I'll get in real close then.
Swing away. Plus this, plus nothing. And let me see what you get, and we'll see how this goes.
I got 5.
You got 5, difficulty of 5. Survey says
Ooh.
Maggie.
We got 6 minutes, by the way.
Yep.
before
The
recess.
screaming ghost thing basically is very much not having a great day. So you come at it with a sword. It blocks, does a little twist, and does cut you.
Well, good. That
And
just
then-
makes me stronger.
And then goes straight up on fire and basically Superman's away.
How much damage did it do?
That is going to be, you did 5. It had a net success of 5, 3 plus 2. So that'll be 5 superficial damage and just round it down because of your potence.
It's always 1. Okay.
But there's a little tickle in there. You don't feel pain or much things usually. You feel something. But for now, you are left in
He's
an
trying to-
empty parking lot with
He's
Reese.
trying to fly away.
He's gone. Yeah, he's taken off.
I can't fucking take a shot at him.
You can try, but Punk has 5 minutes or 4 minutes before he's got to leave.
Okay.
He could be a little late. He's not gonna sleep.
You can definitely take just while they're talking or
Yep,
whatever
I'll do
they're
it.
doing. Make your roll. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Oh my god, what the fuck happened in this chat?
Nothing important.
Ah, just a 3.
Nothing important. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. So, corpses in the dumpsters, corpses in the parking lot, a burning building.
How are we going to clean up this mess?
Like pee.
Fire.
I'd say drag all the bodies back into the building and just set the rest of it on fire.
It's already burning. We might as well. I begin picking up bodies and throwing them
Yep.
through the windows that they came out of.
So, Reese, what are you up to in the moments that now that you see that your goal is complete, basically, with your gang of super friends?
On my stolen bicycle, I
My bicycle. My bicycle.
Was it yours? I don't
Not
think it was
any-
yours.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
On my
Apparently
stolen
not.
bicycle, I roll up to the lot of them and go, "Hey, thanks for the help. I was gonna die there."
Were you here by yourself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why?
I'm watching Mercy to see how Mercy's reacting.
Well, Anita sent me, and she thought it was just thought it was just werewolves. A little bit more over my head than just
Yeah.
werewolves.
Nina
Even
sent you to
with
die.
Just werewolves.
I like
she
her
sent
even
you by
more.
yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
Your strength-
I told you guys last time that we met that I've been fighting this stuff. We've all been fighting it. Our team's been, slimming down. Can't go on forever with the
It's called
fighting.
downsizing.
I have to say, Reese, your strength is rather impressive.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you. I know I left on a bad note, and I want to apologize for that, but you could see what's going on.
Sure, sure. Actually, I might have a way you can make it up to me.
And how is that?
Give me some of your blood.
I should question. Do I question this?
Oh, you should absolutely question this.
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
what you're seeing right now is if somebody has weird blood magic stuff, they could probably do stuff to you with it. But what Maggie's asking is to learn a new discipline, a new power, right? A vampire needs to taste the blood of a vampire that has it. You have the immediate suspicion that she wants to learn how to be super strong bullshit and is going to use your blood to do it.
Then I will give it.
Oh, all debts are forgiven now. On top of that, as you're a musician of some sort, it tastes so sweet.
It is not actually against your feeding type. Yeah.
I know, it's so rare.
She can only feed on musicians, and whoops.
Wow.
So it's
You've
not
always
necessarily
said
like
you-
a whole feeding situation. It's just like she just needs a taste of it. And
Can
the
I-
vampire brain's like, oh, that's how it works.
To be fair, I won't technically have enough XP until this is over. Can I spend it prematurely?
No, you'll have to do it after.
Can I hold it in my mouth?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna Yoshi your blood for a moment.
Don't mind me.
Blim. So, Mercy, you're seeing that happen. Seeing like Reese like cut his arm or whatever, and like Magdalena gets a taste of it. weird conflicted feelings.
Yeah, does this have any? I mean, does
This
it
is
have any
public.
effect on Mercy in particular that he is bleeding because he's technically her sire? Is there any sort of
Nope.
compulsion or
There
anything with
is
her beast?
no form of blood bond compulsion. There's no form of magical or supernatural things that distort her feelings in any way. What she would think is what she thinks.
Probably very bitter.
So you like Reese, you sit there and Maggie seems super happy, and you tilt your head a little bit, and you just see like Mercy giving you the very disappointed look.
All right, I turn to Mercy and go, why are you disappointed now? What did I do now?
What's it?
What now?
What
Oh, no,
now,
it's
woman?
okay.
Jesus.
Continue ignoring me. I prefer it that way. Thank you.
All right, fine. Deal.
Typical Bruja relationships.
But do send Anita my regards.
Will do.
That's the thing.
Shame about the party. I just had a picture in my brain of Anita being like, I got this invitation to a real cool party. It says specifically on here, you're not invited.
That is canon.
Handwritten.
That is
Yeah,
canon.
no, it was in
Awesome.
fact handwritten on the invitation. Love for you to come. Reese is not invited.
Side
Bring
note.
anybody else you'd like.
Side
bring
note,
this asshole.
Reese, you do know that Genghis was invited, and he had a real good time. He wouldn't shut up about it.
He did.
Punk rock skinhead buddy.
Oh
He
yeah.
did have a great
Angus
time.
and Mercy had a great time together too.
There's a whole thing.
Oh, I know exactly how I'm getting my revenge on Reese.
Okay,
It's
so
fine,
as
okay.
we are cleaning up here, as bodies are being hauled into the fire, and the as much of the cleanup is being done as could be done, there are dismembered bodies in the dumpster. There is blood on the outside of the building. It looks really bad, and a big fire might cover it, but this is something you guys might actually have to spend some time doing, which we can deal with outside of stream because it's not really fun or like exciting. Is there anything in the last moments of this battle that you guys want to do or say before you all have to break apart from Reese and everybody for the evening?
Is there any benefit to Mercy? Already has all of his blood power. Technically, she has
specifically.
to like get better at it. Okay, so
Yeah,
there's
she can
no...
do it naturally.
Great. She
because
doesn't need you at all. Suck a toe.
The no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I kind of like regard Roland for a bit and kind of give him like a imperceptible terse nod, and I walk away from him towards Mercy.
The ship is on, guys. The ship is on.
It's starting. It's starting, guys. The romance is here.
It's the
I will,
romance of the ages.
Magdalena, after taking Reese's blood, will look at him and go, "You know, I don't fault you for what you did that night. There was a time that I would have done a very similar thing and ran. It's good that you came back."
I told you I wasn't going anywhere. But thank
Well, keep yourself alive. You've got other problems to answer for later, and I'll look over at Mercy. But we're square.
you. Good deal.
I find myself by Mercy, and I'm like kind of like checking her for injuries, and then I don't know
She
what
has
I'm
zero.
doing. I don't know what I'm feeling. I feel like I'm waiting for her to be okay with what I did. I don't know why I feel that way. But I feel like I need her approval for some reason.
Mercy sees him standing by awkwardly, as if he's waiting for something.
Give him a head pat. Come on, give him a head pat.
Interesting. Give me just a second. So what's happened then is that Mercy was like, haha, cat got your tongue, and then James runs over, pours gasoline on this guy, and with Roland's help, blows him up, and then
Uh-huh.
immediately comes over and is like, just kind of like, is everything
Yeah.
okay over here?
It's like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. So Mercy will look at James, kind of, as he examines her, and she'll, fine. Everything's fine. Because she remembers. I mean, it's not like this was a long time ago that there was a huge issue. Are you all right?
I just nod.
She'll consider him for another moment. See that doesn't seem to do Dick diddly to make him feel better, presumably. You didn't shoot his hands. I thought it was a good idea. What was the other thing in his hand? A dagger? Can I have that? She's gonna run over there.
Oh, he left.
No, it's
with
a-
it.
Neela,
Oh, he laughed. Oh, he didn't drop it? Shit.
He took off on fire.
Well, yeah, of course he was on fire. Okay, alright, sorry. It's a shame he didn't drop that knife. I'd have kept it.
Hmm.
And with
maybe,
that,
maybe. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and with that, in a alleyway of burning dumpsters and buildings and victims, people have died tonight. The cleanup begins, and presumably one of the first things dealing with the Camarilla actually going to active war with the Sabbat has occurred. On one hand, this was another conflict and another night. Reese has been doing this shit for months already. But at this point, it has been a good couple decades, since the War of Chicago in the previous Prince. And it seems like the second War of Chicago has officially begun. And with that, that's probably where we're going to end our episode. Thanks, y'all. Punk, thanks for showing up, buddy.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
Yes,
me
dude.
again.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Woo!
And I-
For all the shit I give you, it is my
see you
bad.
next year when you've got another free night.
Yeah. And right before
Wait.
you leave, good sir, these guys see you once in a long while. Please tell our wonderful viewing audience where you can find our lovely guest star.
You can find me at twitch.tv/innerpunkness. I am currently on hiatus, but I am
Nah, it
going
doesn't
to be
work.
making a return soon-ish.
Ooh.
Soon-ish. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Do you have a Twitter or Instagram that you use at any time
I-
right now?
Do not, no. I have the handles, but I don't use them.
That's the fun part. So, I know you got a bail, buddy,
Yep.
but we'll just end this right now. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add before we're done?
Maggie's gonna call Stibbins to bring the dump truck and clean up.
I like the
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh boy.
Gibbons.
Fucking Stibbins. Well, I mean, that'll do it.